Last week on the race, 7 teams completed a race route inspired by Bangkok, Thailand. Kelly and Terry came in last and they got eliminated. David and Anthony came in first place, but they already used their U-turn for the season. However, a new rule in the game now forces the last place team, Alla and Christiane, to be U-turned on the next leg of the race.
Basically, a U-turn at this part of the game is a death sentence. And I had high hopes going in.
And then we got the race.
This week, the 6 remaining teams will compete in a race route inspired by Yakutsk, Siberia. Yakutsk is famously known as the coldest city in the world. Located in Siberia, Russia, temperatures are known to drop to below -40. Racers will need to bundle up as they tackle tasks inspired by this harsh and frigid destination.
Moment of silence for Kelly and Terry. Great.
Yeah, and now there's some stiff competition left in the final 6.
Super stiff.
Helen and Jim.
Jalen, yes, hanging in there in the pack, doing super well.
And Melissa and Leia. I think we can beat those two. So, but they surprise me every single week.
I think it's gonna be a lot of water based. Is he gonna tell us to like dive into an icy cold lake and see how long he can stay there for? I mean, I really think Dallas and Chili's are gonna do well again. Saskatoon peeps, and then Sarah and Taylor are back. You know what? They're back in Canada now.
But they might be jet lagged, so maybe.
Yes, that's
they
true.
Might not do good.
That's
I think
true.
they could be in the bottom with the. I think Melissa and Leia. I don't know, for some reason I just don't think they're gonna do good this week.
Oh man, they'd be so mad if they got out.
That would be
I think us, Jelen, and Dallas and Chili's are top 3. That's my prediction.
Ready to go to Russia, Siberia. I'm assuming we're gonna be cold, but then I always race with a bathing suit now because we end up getting wet. So we'll see.
I'm ready for the cold, ready to do something that I don't think I want to do, but frick this game. I'm ready.
It's the final 6, and we prepared as much as we possibly could. We're dressed to go to Siberia.
Well, we were sent a video by Corey right at the beginning, and we took that very seriously. I have studied it as best I can. We have. It's come down to memory retention. 6 teams left, but I would say, Luigi, we're coming for you.
Getting tutored, my Leah.
Before we start our leg, she needs to be caught up.
Am I the only one to think that this is a little bit extensive?
No, because you never know. You never know.
She didn't work today, and she studied more than I ever have in any
Me too.
test exam.
I've never done this before.
Ask her any question about this video.
There's Jellen's cups. There's 2 that are down, 7 up. One's flipping.
What's the number on the jersey in the
4.
background? Which car is in front of the other
Black,
one?
then silver.
Like, it's stupid. I was gonna just say, I was like, Leah doesn't know, but I'm a little bit tipsy.
Are you serious?
I'm I'm fine. I don't need you to be a bitch before we start. We had good vibes all day, and I wanted to keep the good
Why
vibes
did you
going.
Why did you drink before the race?
I was nervous.
As I'm studying, you're drinking.
Lake Baikal in Siberia is the deepest lake in the world, and for their first task, one team member needs to make a lake and hold their breath for an accumulated time of 30 seconds.
I thought this was going to be a lot more easier than it was. I thought it'd just be quick, go run outside, fill the bucket, but I just happened to pick the biggest freaking bucket that I own and ended up taking like 5 minutes to fill the thing. But I did finally get it done, and The first time I went down for air, I could only do it like for 5 seconds. It was just such a shock. But eventually I was able to get it all done and move on to the next challenge.
We had a feeling that we'd have to fill a bucket of water. So I filled a bucket of water. And it came in handy. So it's really hard to hold your breath under the water when it's cold. I like to consider myself like a champion of holding your breath under the water the longest, but like in cold water, it's very hard.
So I started the tour info. I got a bucket, I put water in it, I put grass in it, I put mud in it, and I'm ready, and I'm like looking so disgusting, and I try and shove my head in, and I cannot shove my big head in. And then, I don't know, I guess you took over and you redid it all.
Did it for the full 30 seconds, and then after, our filmer, Lauren, she's like,
Did your head have to be fully under?
so then there's a cooler there, and I just dumped yours in. I double recipe'd that cooler.
I just cleaned it. It was a bitch to
And
clean.
as we know from my swimming, snorkeling thing, I
You
can't
hold your
my
breath.
I hear Lauren, 1, 2, I was like,
And Jim, your big head full of knowledge, but can it fit into a bucket full of grass and mud? We don't know.
Where's the cooler? Helen, where's the cooler? This thing with dunking your head in the grass, and that was cold water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was good. The most disgusting thing was the water. Like the water with the grass and the mud. I never want to do that again. That's made for you, Leah. I got a brain freeze.
A junction is a choice between two tasks, and this week, teams will need to choose between snowstorm or snow sprint. In snowstorm, one team member must cover themselves in a roll of toilet paper and impersonate a snowstorm on their neighbor's doorstep.
Ella was like, you have to do this one because I am not going to my neighbor's and imitating a snowstorm. So I did that one. It was fun. It was fine. Neighbor luckily didn't open the door and see a crazy person and call 911. Some people drove by, but thankfully they didn't see.
So I'm a real bad spinner. I quickly realized it's pretty hard to wrap yourself in toilet paper, but I just went around and around and it felt like the spinning teacup ride at the fair. But I made it and then rushed over to the next door neighbor's house, never met them, those ones, never see them, but went over there, blew around in the storm for a while. That 30 seconds was long. And I legitimately got a bit dizzy, but I persevered and I made it, and I think I looked pretty good in the process.
Thankfully, my neighbor didn't come out, but all of their windows are open, and I would not be surprised if they freaking called the cops.
For sure.
The freaking Amazon is on fire, and here I am just throwing away. No, I guess I could probably use this. It smells good. Chase, we're keeping this. We're gonna use it.
Yakutsk is home to the coldest foot race in the world, and in snow sprint, one team member needs to bundle up and go for a run. They'll need to construct a finish line out of toilet paper, count 20 paces away, and then finish the race.
We did the first one we did inside, and so I put all my 4 winter clothes on and I ran, and I had to kind of go in a circle. And then the second one we did outside, but I forgot to count out loud, so I had to do it over again. So
What?
I had to do it twice.
Why?
Because I didn't count it out loud.
It's very un-Jelen-like.
I got my 4 articles of clothing, toilet paper, which by the way is your last toilet paper roll in your house. So if you
Okay,
don't have
toilet
that,
paper is precious in this household.
you don't have any more. And then I sprinted as fast as I could, and I screamed and cheered and said some Russian phrase. And then I found a new location, and this time I set it up on like a mail post and some person's fence.
I did 2 marathons. Coldest marathon in the world. I can't even pronounce what it was. Yakutsk something.
Yeah.
And I had to run 20 paces and run through the finish line. And I did it, and I had to say something that I completely forgot. I did that twice, and I killed it. And now there's toilet paper all over this wet Alberta environment.
There's like actually like
toilet
look,
paper
there's toilet paper on my van.
Yeah. I don't know how I got it there because I didn't even use the van.
In this this week's turnpike, one team member needs to hang their wet clothes out to dry. First, they'll need to completely soak themselves in water. Then, from a distance of 10 feet away, throw 3 items of clothing and successfully land them on their broom.
Right, and then I had to get all wet. So I had to get all wet and all soaked up. And so I did that. I did it from Anthony's task. And so that was handy. And I just like dumped buckets of water. I mean, I was a little like, I don't know. I was a little nervous. I was nervous at first, and I had to do it, and I did it, and it was like, took my breath away. This race keeps surprising me. It was harder than I thought. It really was, because I had to try to find the range, and each item weighed something different. So there was a couple times I missed with the shorts, I missed with the shirt, and then I got them, and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dang! Or that worked.
You won't. It will send.
I was already prepared to get wet, so I had my bathing suit on, a pair of shorts, and a t-shirt. I was wearing my sandals, but then we needed something that we could tie together, and the only thing I could find were hiking boots. The boots were definitely the hardest because they were so heavy. I feel confident that we did good in that task.
Yeah.
Oh, this feels good! This feels really good! This feels really good! Okay,
I'm done.
Yeah,
Thanks for your
you're
help. I
welcome.
thought it was good that you were on the other end, and when I would miss, you fired it back. But I think, took 2 chances on each
Two
one?
chances on each,
2 on each, and the evidence is there. So it was good.
The next challenge was one to remember. I had to drench myself in water, and it was freezing.
Earlier this week, I sent teams a video about the Trans-Siberian Railway. I told them to study, because in this week's cul-de-sac, teams will need to recall information to answer 8 questions about the Trans-Siberian Railway. If they didn't study, they'll waste precious time reviewing the video for the answers.
I read those 8 questions, and they all came to me. I think I aced it real quick.
Moscow, Beijing, and Vladivostok. It's 93.32 kilometers.
Number 3, 10 solo cups. Number 4, true. Number 5, Vladivostok. 6, false.
Answer number 7 is none of them are not saying 0. And then who's the only racer to appear twice in the video? That would be me!
I was the one who had studied up beforehand. I actually had a little chart. I'm pretty confident with my answers. I don't want that music following me after I say this, but it's okay. If it happens, it happens. 7. One is not seen in the video, and that is Kelly.
We haven't got any penalties yet. We really like to be thorough and make sure that we redo it. So I double checked anything, and as far as I know, we're good.
Hoping to keep that streak alive.
Number 7, only one player is not seen, and that is Taylor.
Earlier this week, I told racers to freeze a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, because in this week's dead end, teams will need to thaw their clothes as fast as they can and dress their partner.
I was nervous for this one because we were fighting and I didn't want to do anything together.
I didn't want to do anything with you either, so fair. So we went inside and then we went in the bathtub and then we put on the hot water. Well, it was cold when you were doing it for some reason. Who cares? Turn it to hot and then we had to dress each other. So each teammate had to dress the other teammate. Oh, am I boring you? Like, what the f***?
Going.
Oh my gosh, we're going. Shut up. And my arms were so heavy. I was so tired. Like, trying to rip something that's like frozen, it was exhausting.
Suck your butt in!
I'm squeezing it! I'm squeezing it so tight! So I'm really looking forward to seeing David and Anthony just clothing each other up. I feel like I'm excited to see this.
My fingers got really cold. That was the one thing that surprised me. My fingers were freezing touching it, and so we submerged them in water to unthaw them as quickly as we could.
Yeah, that helped a lot. I smashed it against the driveway, and that worked really well too.
Just moved into this neighborhood, and so I don't know what people thought about that, because this all took place primarily outdoors. I don't know. We were making noise and doing stuff. We tried to go in our garage for some of it. So who knows? That's okay. It's a good way to make things. Maybe they'll think we're YouTube stars.
Instead of letting it like run out under hot water the entire time we're racing. We completely forgot about it. I had a feeling it would, the task with the ball of clothes would have to do with thawing them out or getting them into their normal shape.
Surprisingly time consuming.
Like really time
It was like I was like burning my hands. Trying to follow
I immediately thought to run it under hot water, so I took all of the stuff to the sink and started soaking them at the same time and pulling them apart. Dressing each other was a little bit more challenging than I thought too. At one point, the arm that I was supposed to put my arm through was frozen, and then Dallas had to like suck on it. What were you doing?
What?
You like sucked on it to unfreeze it.
I don't know what I
pull
was
it
doing.
apart.
I just didn't want you to poke through because I have to dress you. You were trying too hard. You had to let me do it for you.
Okay, so with the freezing t-shirt and the shorts, we also made a decision to try to figure out what's going to be done with that. So we studied hard on that too.
We did, yes.
So what did we do?
I boiled water,
Yeah.
2 pots. Good thing I did 2 pots, not just 1 pot. And so we put them in there right away. But this little...
I forgot that there was hot water in there when I dipped my hands into there. Oh, what would you put in there?
I told you! It was
Oh! And you weren't very sympathetic, I'll say
And then
that.
when he was putting that on me, the t-shirt was actually so hot. Ah! This is hot! Ah! Okay, my shorts.
You dressed me a lot more aggressively than I dressed you. Like you pulled the shorts right up to my chest.
These clothes have been freezing in the freezer for 2 days.
2 days.
Rock solid. Luckily, Taylor read ahead while we were doing other challenges and got the water in the tub started to thaw these clothes out.
Know me, Mark.
So, yeah, always get that tub going, rip Mark. Yeah, so we got our clothes in there. We were giving her. I ripped my shorts pretty good, trying to do this task, trying to give it my all.
There was no possible way Sarah was trying her hardest to put these shorts on and could just barely do it.
There is no stretch in these shorts.
Well, I have this drawstring or this
We should have
string
just cut it.
on there. We should have cut it actually.
It's real hard to get over his butt. I was so confused.
But it's tied on there so tight I've never been able to get it off. So wrong shorts.
I picked these sport shorts. Like these will be perfect.
That's all the tasks for this week. Now let's check in with the racers.
Okay, booyah. Siberia. How was it, Anthony?
Cold. That was super cold. Lots
really
of water.
Let's just show them. Like, this is what the sky looks like. It's just like gray and miserable.
Yeah, I'm telling
just
you,
like
it's colder
Siberia.
than Siberia. Colder than Siberia. I think we did all right. Not our best time, but I think it's enough to get us to the next round of the semifinals.
I think so too. I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
It wasn't fast by any stretch of the imagination.
But we haven't ever been in the last for time. We've always been like in the
yes.
middle or in the top. So, if we're in the bottom,
We're super excited to be here, representing the rookies, and we're gonna make it to the finals. I know we do. Believe with us, fans. Believe.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey friends,
it's been a slice.
this is farewell.
Yeah, that was shitty. If we're out this week, good luck to everyone, and we're really hoping that Jelen wins. If we don't.
If we got out now, it would just be so disappointing. All this time, all this energy. I don't think it's our time, but I don't know. We could have had a penalty and we could be going home. Like, honestly, this final 6,
really good.
there's such a high caliber of talent of people who are still in this game. You cannot discount anybody that's left here. We would love to use that U-turn if given the chance. We would love to not get U-turned, but I can see it, I can smell it, I can taste it. It's there. We can make it to the finale, but man, is there a lot of competition this year.
I think that we're gonna make it to the finale. I think it's gonna be us and David and Anthony. I think Sarah and Taylor are really good, so I hope we get to U-turn you.
We want to be in the top 3.
Not want to be, we will be. This is a guarantee to all of you teams out there. Jelen will be in the top 3 this coming week. And I know this is getting tough to go home now, but you know what, Leah, this is Jimothy here, Jimothy, whatever you want to call me. Leah and Melissa, it is over.
I don't know if we made it. Like, I'm literally not trying to be Debbie Downer, but like, so we started off the leg rough, because Melissa came drunk.
And she sobered me up real fast.
Good.
Being a Debbie Downer.
That was part of it. Because I didn't need a little drunkie on my hands. I feel like we did pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it's like, are other teams going to struggle as much? Because then it's like, you think that they will, and then they get 10 seconds, and that's their race route time. And it's like, oh, I don't want to be cocky, but I also think we made it.
I mean, I made it this far last time.
I didn't, so this is a step up for me. We just have to kill it. We're motivated. We both want the money.
That's
like,
why we
duh. No, my.
Okay.
Siberia.
Wow, it's cold up here. Overall, like, I feel like we did really well. We were going really fast.
Our strongest challenge. I feel like we did really good.
We are confident. So whether that's a blessing or a curse, we'll find out. But for now, it feels glorious.
Alright, let's see who froze out the competition and who's getting the cold shoulder. For the third time this season, Dallas and Chalice came in first, winning this leg of the race. Leah and Melissa had the slowest racer time of the week and were eliminated from the race. The final 5 will now compete in the semi-finals of the race, but only 4 will make it to finale night. Who will make the final 4? Find out next week as the race heads to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
But here's the, I think it's because it's getting harder. The race is getting harder. So it's okay if we're not as like spry as we were at the start.
Yeah, I think we're going to South America because we haven't gone there yet. This is the fourth week that I predicted South America. So Brazil, here we come.
Just don't make the finale be Winnipeg. No offense, but we can't.
The finish line will be like in Jones' backyard. We won't be there.
We are here in Mother Russia, and we're having a good old time. It's crazy. What the?
Oh, hey. Look who's here.
Hey! It's Siberia! Hey! Who's this? Look who it is! I got in, folks!
At this point, it's just a race for the prize money. We really want to go on a vacation or a shopping spree. That's pretty much where that money's gonna go.
Yeah.
Not to bills. I'm over that. I want to go spend it on something fun.
I think our friends think we're crazy when we tell them what we do, and it'll be so much more satisfying to be like, and we won. What we have that other people don't is we have the strength of a 10-year marriage. I know Jim and Helen, you're a lot older than us, but you know, you probably got some bum knees. You probably just, you're a little bit slower. Probably don't hear as well. So we're still young, fab, fit, obviously.
We can't wait to win.
We can't wait.
I visualize it. I visualize getting that money.
Check
from Corey.
I dream about it.
Yeah.
I dream about us being in Winnipeg, the finale being decided, and it's us, and we just sprint in slow motion to the finish line, and we're there. Anyways, let's be done. Oh my god.
Dirt out of your ear?
I just found some dirt from the friggin' water challenge in my ear canal.
Yuck.
I'm a mess. It's a mess. Alright, love you guys lots. On to the next week. The Pellies are coming for you, and we are gonna be in Final 3. We're gonna do it, right? Final 4. Final 4. Final 1. We're gonna be the 1.
We know.
Cut to Corey saying, "This week the Pellies have been U-turned and are now out of the race. Fade us out."
Leah and Melissa, goodbye.
We need the thing down here for the helpline. Please, please help Melissa. I'll be sad because I lost out on money and fame and fortune and...
How much money do we make?
I don't know, like $1 million?
Our strengths.
You can talk.
Our strength is our undying love for one another. We support each other through every challenge. Whether she's yelling at me or I'm yelling at her, we always know at the end of the day we're gonna sleep in the same bed.
But there have been a couple times we've had the best race route time, but we got penalties for real dumb stuff. And flying under the radar.
Mm-hmm.
No one's really worried about us except Jim and Helen. Love you guys.
It just feels...
It's okay.
feels like it's just, we've been trying a long time to like
He's so sensitive. So beautiful.
make it to the end, and being so close is just like, it's just really good for us. And it just feels really good.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, you guys suck.
They all suck compared to
Who
us.
are you guys? Get out of here.
Get out of our house.
Get out of our freaking race.
It's our race.
It's our race.